Welcome back everyone to the Theta Communications video series. Today we're going to be diving into some Nvidia news, tandem with some Samsung news, who is a Theta validator. Before we proceed, let us thank our Theta stakers as well as our Tfuel stakers over on ThetaCommunications.com. You make this content possible, as well as make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below to boost Theta-related content in the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's head on over. We have some big news for Samsung, as they have been striving to compete in the high bandwidth memory space in line with SK Hynix and Micron here. And they have now passed with their chips and can compete in the supply chain for Nvidia products. This is a major milestone for Samsung, the company, and I really appreciate the competitiveness by Samsung and the pride that they have. It's very rare to see in the business world currently in America, so it's great to see the South Korean giant really expand and have pride in the work that they do. Less about revenue and more about pride. Recognition from Nvidia means its technology is back on track. And they didn't just set the bar, they really overachieved here, achieving 11 gigabytes per second with its high bandwidth memory 4. This is a major milestone, mainly because it's not just Nvidia. It means that they can then push these chips into products via AMD, Broadcom, and Google. So this is really exciting for Samsung, especially being a Theta validator. We're looking to see how this could translate over. We know that Samsung, with their chips, had some thermal issues in past, and in the future here, this opens discussions to figure out if Theta has a place to, as things ramp up, to help aid in some of the processing power of these chips so that they are able to push beyond the thermal limitations. So as you can see, Samsung is a validator here at the number 9th spot here. If you want to find that on chain, that is represented here by this address in the Explorer. And this really is a testament to reopening the door with Samsung. We've done many partnership collaborations for content and media, and Samsung was one of the original VCs for like Theta.tv back in the day, when the focus was more on CDNs and really lowering bandwidth costs. So as you can see, there's a statement here for Samsung and the NFTs that they did in previous with the launch of different phones and devices. And this means that now I would really like to see Samsung be not only represented here in content and media, but also represented up here with these giants as well too for AI technology. I think there is a huge place and position for Theta and the Edgecloud to be engaged, especially as Samsung is showing promise in the chip war. And obviously, there is a place for Theta to offload some of the minute tasks that may be entrenched within these larger tasks, and will help with the offloading and the processing as Samsung becomes a bigger competitor against these other suppliers. I think the Edgecloud could become the differentiating factor within this process. And then that also opens the door, if Samsung-based chips and the high bandwidth memory are within these Nvidia products, then it is one jump more to getting Theta within the full stack of Nvidia. So I think this is going to be a major milestone, especially as we have done previous videos here on Nvidia, the ban with China. And what we have seen in the recent few days is Nvidia making some very weird equity moves along the way. So with that being said, we've seen that they basically have been investing into one thing, which then repurchases another thing, which then circles back to Nvidia. And there's been some funny diagrams being replied to this news here. So we've had the movement of capital through Oracle with OpenAI, and then that capital going to buying chips, and then that capital going right around back. So it is an interesting time for Nvidia. I think they are really trying to figure out how to scale into their market cap. I don't think it's a business issue per se. It's more that their market cap has outscaled their current moment right now. So things like Samsung coming into the fray and Theta Edgecloud coming into the fray under the stack could really change the game for them as they are looking for how to actually maneuver and get this capacity out there. So the edge cloud is going to become even more prominent as we proceed forward, and I just don't think many are ready. I know that Joe Stevens understands this very well, and if you haven't seen or listened to that interview there, please do so. We hit on many of these points, that there is a current war on all of this capacity, and there's only so much to go around, but there's also physical limitations as well too, and that is where Theta can step in. Alright everyone, I hope you have found this video well. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and as always, I will see you on Tfuel Island. Take care. Bye-bye.